Like, no matter what, I can always count on them to mess something up. I mean, it's not nothing being messed up, but the rejoiners are in the middle of the spot block. In the middle of the commercial. Is Saturday, September 25th from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets are $65 and available at adventurelandresort.com or at the park day of event. Sponsored by Sam Adams.
The following show on 1350 ESPN is paid for by Outdoors Traditions TV, LLC.
Morning, everybody.
From the Valley Bet Sportsbook app studio, this is 1350 ESPN. Good morning, sports leader.
You didn't do the Svengoolie thing.
Oh, I thought we wanted to get away from.
No, we can do that. Yeah, that's not trademarked. Okay. That's not ASCAP or BMI. We can do that stuff. Right.
I'll do that.
Good morning, Mountain Man. Good morning, Corey. Good for you, man, up in Baudette. Good morning, James. Yep. All right, welcome to this week's edition of the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan, brought to you in part by our good friends out at Three Rivers Boat and RV Storage in Carlisle, Iowa. Did you know, I was just out there. I just put my trailer out there the other day. I got a really nice 12 by 50 assigned spot. I had a 24/7 access. Got the wave at the security cameras. Good morning, David. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Cheyenne on Facebook Live. Good to see everybody. I got it just in and out so quick, and I want to thank Dick, Danielle, and Tracy for helping me out there at Three Rivers Boat and RV Storage right down the street in Carlisle from Wyckoff's. You can't miss it. It's only $60 a month. You get 1 month free when you pay for a year. Give them a holler if you need something, your ATV, your boat, your trailer, camper, whatever. 515-822-1362, 515-822-1362, and tell them I sent you, and they'll take great care of you. Got a fun show for you today. We got the start of the early deer seasons going on in Iowa. We got our youth season opening up today. We have our urban seasons, and then we also have our disabled hunting part of the seasons opening up. Good morning, Mark. Good morning. Good morning, Bill. How you doing, David? Good morning, man, from Ankeny. All right. Tony, you have a great day as well. Thank you. Jose. Good morning, Jose. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa, Jose? ¿Qué pasa? What?
It's que pasa, not capasa.
You say it your way, I'll say it my way. Que pasa? I don't even remember what is that. Hello? What is Jose, what's que pasa mean?
What's capasa? There is no such thing as
capasa.
Que pasa.
Que pasa.
I think you're right on that.
It's hello, right?
Well, like what's up, hello.
Yeah, what's up, man? Que pasa? There you go. Hola, amigos. There, I know that one's right. Hey, we got a fun show. We're going to be talking with Pete from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources. Pete came over last year, and he's a division administrator. We'll see what he's got to say about what's going on with the. It means like, what's up? Thanks, Jose. What's up, man? ¿Qué pasa? Yeah, I know I'm saying it wrong. That's all right. Good morning, Fishing Dave. We're going to see what's going on with the DNR and with our. I talked to Jim Coffey. I got some good news there, but I want to check in with Pete. And then in the 8 o'clock hour, we got Jason Mitchell from Jason Mitchell Outdoors, the big TV show. He's a big walleye smallmouth guy. So we're going to talk fishing in the 8 o'clock hour. In between there, we have a Sportsman's Warehouse fishing report. We'll try to send a salute and do some other fun stuff here on the show before we get out of here at 9 o'clock. So, hey, early deer season's opening today. Good luck to the kids. Good luck to our disabled community and all of our urban hunters. And let's go, speaking of hunting, let's go hunt up Pete over there at the Iowa Department of Natural Resources. Good morning, Pete.
Man, good morning, Outdoor Dan. Nice to hear it from you, and thanks for having me on your show this morning.
Well, it's my honor, and I almost said que pasa, but I didn't want to say it wrong with you, so,
Well, I'd be laughing with you, but nope, I appreciate that. Good morning, sir.
Hey, it's always a pleasure to talk with you guys and gals over at the DNR. You've been doing a great job. I know I haven't really had a chance to visit with you a lot. Thanks for the time we had at the office the other day. But I got to tell you, I don't think that the crew there they don't get enough recognition because I don't think a lot of folks realize it. Your budgets are not that huge, and this is me talking, folks, not Pete. You guys, I know several individuals over there that are doing. They spend their own money out of their own budgets to continue to do their job the way they need to protect the resources here in Iowa. And Pete, all I got to tell you is I stand up and salute and say hi every time I see one of those fine individuals.
Well, that means a lot. As you know, our personnel are professional. They're passionate. They love what they do. And I think here recently at the Iowa State Fair, as Iowans came through that Iowa DNR building, hopefully they interacted with our staff. And they see it every day, whether it's at the Iowa State Fair or hopefully out at that duck marsh or out in the field when they're deer hunting this weekend as a youth hunter. If you're interacting with a conservation officer, there's nothing that makes me more proud in my role to serve as the division administrator of the Conservation Recreation Division than to serve and work for the passionate employees of the Iowa DNR. It's definitely our most valuable resource that we have.
Absolutely. Well, this is my 20th year living in Iowa. So I moved up from St. Louis 20 years ago. And I got to tell you, when I moved up here, some of the first people I met were DNR staff. Dale Gardner, Willie Suki, Jim Coffey, Todd Bogenschutz, just Ross Harrison going back a few years. Just some super individuals. And Willie unfortunately passed away way too early. He was one of the best deer biologists I think we ever had in the country. And Pete, I don't know if I told you this or not, but when I was writing in the Register or before I talked about something on the air, I would always call Willie and say, all right, this is what I'm going to say. What do you think? And he'd always say, let's soften that a little bit.
That sounds like Willie.
Yeah, I miss him so much. He was such a good guy. And, you just don't get to meet people like that every day, Pete.
Thank you for saying that, Dan. Willie meant the world to the department, but what he really did, one of our missions is to conserve and enhance natural resources and do it to leave a legacy for future generations.
Yeah.
And I really believe the work that Willie did to make Iowa's white-tailed deer herd world renowned, to me the best in the nation. We give credit to Willie and his science, bringing science to it, and the way he worked with the people across the street at the legislature, because it does get political sometimes, and Willie just did a great job of balancing the science and the people and recognizing, the importance of white-tailed deer in the state of Iowa, but also finding that balance with all the other things that the great state brings.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, he definitely did all that. And it is very political, Pete. I mean, and I'm speaking for me, not you, but it's just, I don't, like I said, I don't think that coming from a state from Missouri. Good morning, Dennis Mellencamp. Good to see you on Facebook Live this morning. Coming from a state that they got 1/8 of 1% of everything sold in the state for revenue. Back into the Missouri Department of Conservation coffers. But that was put into the state constitution back in the early 70s. And growing up in Missouri, Pete, I mean, I could literally drive in any direction 30, 35 minutes and get on public hunting ground or fishing access. There was always free educational resources there. It's a very rich conservation department. And I see, I've been on the air down there for 25 years. I see what, that has meant to generations since I started hunting and fishing, having those kind of resources. And, I've been trying to get that I will thing signed since I moved up here. And I just want folks to realize there's a lot of things that you all are doing over there that it's a struggle because you just don't have the funds to do it. So I know that all my compatriots out there to listen to the show that hunt, go fishing, go trapping, we're glad to pay our for our license and permits and fees every year. We gladly do that because that's our way of giving back to the resource. But we definitely want to help everybody over there at the DNR and work with you as a partnership as much as possible.
Well, thank you for that continued support, and we see that day in and day out from our sportsmen's group. We wouldn't have had that. 66% of Iowans came out in support of I Will.
Yeah.
Sustainable funding, and that doesn't happen, does it, Dan? I mean,
no.
Today's world, to get that much support, that tells you how much Iowans care and want to have those resources available to their kids and grandkids.
Yeah. Good morning, Stephen. Good to see you. Well, I mean, Pete, think about it. And I don't know if a lot of folks realize this or not, but deer hunting alone brings in almost $1 billion a year to the state of Iowa. $1 billion. And that's not going to you guys. That's going to people that don't even have anything to do with the hunting industry. A large portion of that's gas stations, that's restaurants, that's hotels, grocery stores, convenience stores. I mean, all these hunters are, they're staying and eating and buying snacks and getting fuel. They're buying, they might need batteries. There's a plethora of things that hunting brings to the state for folks that don't even have anything to do with the sport. So hunting is very important to the state of Iowa.
Absolutely. Like you said, economic benefits to those communities, and as a byproduct, hunters are so important to us because they are our number one management tool of white-tailed deer. If without our hunters, we would not be able to manage that deer herd, and that's why that, building that trust, those relationships with those hunters, we couldn't do it without you, without the hunters out there, because they are our best management tool to keep our white-tailed deer herd healthy and sustainable.
Yeah, well, and I'll even take it one step farther, Pete. I'm not a biologist. I play one on TV, but it's just hunting is really the only management tool that actually works. I mean, I've seen people try to.
We know it works.
Yeah, we know it works. I mean, I've seen people in the suburbs of Missouri that they didn't want to allow hunting, but they wanted to do netting and all those. They didn't want the deer getting killed. They wanted to remove them, but they had like 80% of the deer that got rocket netted had died from capture myopathy. So it doesn't make any sense. Why not let somebody go in there with a bow or or bring in people that are sharpshooters and let that meat go to the resources that people can utilize it. It just hunting really is the only management tool that makes sound science and sense. I've always said that, and I think you guys do a great job over there of getting that message out.
I appreciate that. Don't be throwing out too many of them fancy words. Your audience will think you are a biologist at heart.
No, I'm an idiot bow hunter, but it's just I've been doing the show for so long, Pete. Talking to Willie and Lonnie Hansen down in Missouri and Dr. Deere and some of these other biologists across the country. I've kind of, my third grade education has allowed me to learn a few things.
Understood.
Yeah. Yeah, Andrew, my producer, was really impressed. He's still trying to formulate capture myopathy.
Yeah, that's the biggest word you've said all year.
Yeah, I thought Kipasa was big.
No, you're no.
Good morning, Cody Monday. Hey, Pete, you got to be excited, man. The start of the deer seasons. We got the early seasons cranking today. The kids are out. We got our disabled community and our urban hunters. I'm excited. I know you guys are.
We're super excited. Like you said, youth season starts today. Our disabled hunters are out there sharing the field with them. I think it's a beautiful morning. Hopefully they're having luck. Those mentors mean the world to us. So if you're one of those mentor hunters and have exposed a young girl or boy to the sport of hunting, thank you very much, because we couldn't do it without those mentors that are out there in the field today, because there's a lot of time and preparation. They didn't just wake up this morning and say, I'm going to take a young girl deer hunting. There's a lot of work that goes into it, isn't there, Dan? And so we appreciate those people, because that commitment to get these youth afield is our future. And so thank you to all those mentor hunters out there. And if you're not one, I'm telling you, get out there and try it, because there is nothing more rewarding than watching a young person experience whatever they might experience out in that woods for the first time. I mean, there's something special about it that none of us will ever forget.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, I got a question from Jose from Facebook Live. Pete, he wants to know how do they exactly figure out how many antlerless tags to give out in per county? Do you know that, Pete?
I do. You know, it's a great question. Before I got into my role as the division administrator, I was with the department for 17 years within our wildlife bureau. Started off as a technician and then as a biologist. And what we do is so obviously those quotas are set at the county level, and we look at it at a county level, but we also realize that those deer, they move in and out of that county. So a lot of times we'll look at it based on one of our 16 wildlife management units. And so we'll kind of look at that cluster of counties, and we'll work with the local biologists. We'll work with our wildlife research staff. And the other thing that we do is people on the show will recognize is we have a hunter listening session annually every year, and that's pretty unique. And I think that's pretty special in a way that we build our relationships with our hunters is we have a annual hunter listening session. It used to be in person. You know, last year was a hybrid model it was a virtual model where we get input from our hunters on what they're seeing out there. And so we basically every year we look at those numbers, see what got harvested the year before, and basically work with a team of professionals to identify that number. And this year, as folks will probably recognize, we did increase those quotas in 16 counties, and we had a decrease in 9 counties for a net increase of 1,250 licenses statewide. So there are 1,250 new antlerless tags out there that weren't available last year, and the goal of these antlerless tags is you know, they're our best population tool.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great answer, Jose. Hopefully that helps you out. Gary, good morning there on Facebook Live. You too, Jeff. Hey, Pete, can you hang on through a break for me?
Happy to.
Okay, we'll be right back with our good buddy Mr. Pete from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources. And please keep it here on 1350 ESPN. Hey, have you heard the news about the great new products from Pine Ridge Archery Products? We got stickers. How about that? Andrew, did you see our stickers? Yeah, we got stickers. I'll be giving those out at events and stuff. We got them on sale on the website too, but if you want a free one, I don't mind that either. We got this size and 5x5s. I'm going to get big ones later for the deer class. Hi, Derek. Stickers, man. We got stickers. The outdoor call. Answer the call. I got that trademarked. How about that? I took all my cereal money for the year. There goes my Captain Crunch. And no Pop-Tarts. The attorney got all the money. Of quality materials that will hold up in any weather conditions for die-hard bow hunters like you and me. So we trading or not? We gonna trade? Huh? We gonna make a move? Big baby.
Oh,
I'm giving you a good running back.
Yeah, that place is Sportsman's Warehouse.
Give me Godwin.
They provide all lines of hunting and fishing
Hey, you
gear
doing
at the
good,
best
man?
prices. You can find gear for deer, turkey, waterfowl, elk, or whatever hunting you're into.
Oh, that's very
New
kind
products
of you.
arrive each
Hey,
week.
when we come back, I'm going to talk.
They have
I
a
talked to
complete
Jim Poppy the other
firearms
day about
providing the finest firearms and ammunition around. Everything from cleaning
he said it was
equipment to
mostly,
reloading can be found at Sportsman's Warehouse. Their fishing department is simply the best. They have your favorite tackle like Fluger, Daiwa, Abu Garcia, Quantum, and Zebco. From the serious angler to the regular fishing enthusiast, Sportsman's Warehouse has all you need. From camping to boating to the best clothes and footwear like lacrosse and Danner for the entire family. That's what you'll find at Sportsman's Warehouse. They're located off Highway 35 on Ore Labor Road, open 7 days a week to serve you. Ask about the seminar series happening every month. Your hometown outdoor store should be Sportsman's Warehouse in Ankeny.
Hi, my name is Hannah, and I like Chick-fil-A
Very low.
nuggets because they are made with love. It's kind of like if you want to go to your grandmother's house for
Yeah, well,
dinner.
we
It's
don't
going
have
to
to
be
get
your
like
real
too detailed,
home-cooked
Pete.
meal.
I
You can't
just
go
want
wrong with
to.
it.
We'll just talk about it. And just
Hey
say,
y'all, I'm Maddie, and
we
something
got
I
a
love
few
about
reports,
the
but it's been
Chick-fil-A
spotty,
nuggets is
and
their
mostly,
gold
I'll
color.
let you tell them where the
It
areas
lets me know that I'm about to
And
enjoy something
you know,
hot
we got
and
hammered here in
delicious.
Central
It's
Iowa
just
5 years
comfort
ago,
food. It
so
feels good
everybody's,
to eat.
you know, with this
Real
drought,
guests paid for their
everybody's been antsy,
testimonial.
you know.
Are
Yeah.
you into cooking wild game or grilling?
Okay, but
If you are,
hey,
you probably
Pete, is there
love to
anything
transform
you
your wild
want me
game
to
into delicious
anything you
meals
want
or
to get out
great
there?
tasting snacks. High Mountain Seasonings has everything you need to help you make some of the best tasting sausage, snack, stick, or jerky around. High Mountain Seasonings offers simple kits you can easily use at home, including 3 new low-sodium blends that will produce wild game snacks your family will love. High Mountain Seasonings makes grilling steak or smoking your favorite meats taste even better with their specialty spices, marinades, and rubs.
We'll get.
Let's
Cover
steaks. High
EHC,
Mountain
and
Seasonings
then
also
we'll
has
cover
chili,
Teal,
taco,
we'll
and
be ready to
fajita
rock.
blends that are spicing up
All right,
kitchens
Pete,
and
thank you so
grills
much. Hang on.
everywhere. Look for High Mountain Seasonings at Sportsman's Warehouse, at your favorite grilling retailer, or just go to HighMTNJerky.com for recipes or to find the closest store near you. High Mountain Seasonings has everything you need to make your game or favorite grilling meats taste great.
There you go, Jeff. Tell him I said, hey, Tony.
Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio. This is Outdoors Dan. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday morning all across the good old US of A. If you can't catch us on the radio, don't forget you can always go to Facebook Live. And very soon, you'll be able to go to the outdoorcallradio.com and listen to us as well. That's going to be launching here probably in about 4 or 5 weeks. I'm just trying to finish some little stuff up, but it's getting close, folks. Hey, our guest is Pete from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources. Let's go say hi to Pete and continue that great conversation. So I got a chance to talk to Jim Coffey, Pete, and I love Jim. He does such a great job. He's not too far away from one of the places I get to hunt actually every year. And he was I asked him about hemorrhagic disease or EHD. You know, a lot of folks with this drought and stuff, we've been getting a little nervous because we got hammered 5 years ago here in Central Iowa pretty hard. But from what Jim's telling me, things aren't too bad out there.
Yeah, that's the same report that we're hearing regarding epizootic hemorrhagic disease, EHD. It's been hot and dry this year, and you're right. We associate these outbreaks with drought conditions. However, we must not have had the right recipe of weather and things to really have large outbreaks this year. It's been slow and steady. We started hearing a few reports about mid-July is when they first started coming in, but it was few. It was really down in a small section of the English River along Washington and Iowa County, that border right in there. We were getting some reports, and then those started coming in about mid-August, and then just over the last month, again, they just really slowly have been trickling in. I think we've had around 72 reports, and it's really been kind of 3 areas. It first started off in that English River area there in Washington, Iowa counties, and it's just a few reports extending to Lynn County. And so that makes up over 50% of our reports are from that part of the state. We are starting to hear a few reports from southwest Iowa, down in like the Missouri, along the Missouri River, and then like down in Fremont County. But I think when hunters start, you know, they're already getting a field, checking their trail crammers and things like that. So this is when we start hearing those reports. And like I said, we're just not hearing them. However, as you know, Dan, the people that are affected, it can feel pretty traumatic, right? When you go on that property and you see dead deer, and especially, I mean, EHD is not, it can hit an old, mature deer just like that. And I do know I was at a meeting about a month ago and was shared a picture of a 200-inch deer down in that Washington, Iowa county line that was one of those EHD bucks. And so it does, you know, it can feel tough for a landowner or a hunter on a specific area, but isolated, and these things do come and go.
Oh yeah, I mean it's part of nature, Pete. I mean they're going to the water source. They're getting a midge fly is biting them. It basically bites an infected deer, and then it goes and bites another deer and has a blood meal, and then that's how that virus is transmitted. But I mean, there's not much you can do about it. But I know. Hey, listen, I was on a farm. I had deer cam pictures of some just studs. And then this was 5 years ago when we got it bad here in central Iowa, and I lost every one of those bucks. And it broke my heart, Pete. I mean, it's just like, you hate to see any animal die like that anyway. But then, you got a deer that you've been trying to target and figure out how to get an opportunity, and then the midge fly gets you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not good.
Don't understand, but it has been something that our deer herd has been living with really since its existence. And and like you said, not something that's going away. And it's good, and we're going to continue to monitor it every year. And so we would appreciate the feedback from landowners and hunters. If you do get those, if you're seeing something on your farm, don't be afraid to contact our local wildlife biologist. We do like to keep track of that so we can communicate the effects of these diseases throughout the year.
Yeah, I mean we're really the eyes and ears for the DNR because I know I don't know how many times I've heard that over the years. They really, you guys appreciate all the feedback, and it's like I said, it's a partnership, Pete. You got to look at it that way.
It absolutely is. We are in this conserving and enhancing our natural resources together, and hunters with the way they support the Fish and Wildlife Trust Fund through their license purchases is a great way for conservation, isn't it?
Absolutely. Hey, speaking of licenses and stuff, we just had early teal season. How'd that go this year?
Man, so it's another opportunity that Iowans historically didn't have, and that has to do with the conservation of that species. Obviously, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, there's enough information out there for Iowa to support a teal season, and working with our hunters, just like you said, it was a long drawn out process through our hunter listening session and waterfowl listening sessions. We heard from our waterfowl hunters that they were supportive of adding 16 additional days to our waterfowl season to give us that early teal season. And there's no guarantees, as you know, because of the weather. And this year was no different with the drought. Not having water in those wetlands, especially in northwest Iowa, makes it tough. But we still had a teal migration. According to our waterfowl biologists, the peak of the teal migration was during the week of September 3rd. And so we did kind of, September 1st is when that teal season begins, 16-day season. And I would say that we continue to see increased participation. People are it's starting to grow. They're starting to realize, hey, this is a good way to get out early. But this year we did see fewer ducks. We did. And right now we have seen a decline in blue wings across the state. Next week is the youth season for the North Zone, and we can talk about maybe we update our listeners that there's going to be a new zone structure this year. But as far as the teal season goes, I mean, people were out. There was moderate success, but it wasn't shared success across because of the weather conditions. But we have seen the blue wings shift out, and we're definitely the most abundant species we're getting reported across the state right now are wood ducks. And we've also seen a slight increase. We've almost doubled the mallards and gadwalls from last week, and northern pintails and widgeons are starting to arrive as well, Dan.
Yeah. You know where I saw a bunch of teal at? I was in Montana mule deer hunting a week and a half ago, and the water holes out there, Pete, were full of them.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, that's awesome. Now, I did see, I was on Facebook last night, and a guy shared a picture up in northwest Iowa, and and there was definitely some teal on that pond.
Yeah.
those hadn't moved. Now I didn't get out for the teal opener. I was in the dove field. I was out in sunflowers that morning, but it sounded like for the opener being on a Wednesday, there was still a lot of people out in the marshes.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, and what's Iowa's population about cinnamon teal? Or do we have about the same amount of number as blue wings or green wings? Or
I think it's definitely nowhere near as abundant. Blue wings would be right up there, like you said. Green wings second, but cinnamon teal, I don't hear a lot of reports. I'd have to talk with old Orrin Jones, our waterfowl biologist.
Yeah, I was just curious.
A little bit more. That's a great question.
Well, I just don't hear anybody talking about cinnamons anymore, and I didn't.
You don't.
And I'm not a waterfowl hunter because I'm stuck in a tree all the time, or But it's just. Listen. Yeah, put me in a blind or a tree, and I'm happy. But one of these days I'm gonna have to start waterfowl hunting. I got some buddies that are passionate about it, and I love turkey hunting, and I get the waterfowl thing. Talking and communicating with those ducks, trying to get them to come in and commit. It's the same thing for turkeys. When you can have that dialogue or the vocalization with those turkeys, and you get them to respond, and you get them to come in. Next thing you know, you hear that spitting and drumming. I mean, that's what. The only thing that's more exciting to me than that is maybe an elk bugle. I mean, it's just it's one of the thrills of my life. I'd be honest with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, if you don't mind, one thing is, habitat is key.
Yep.
And one thing I might point out, it's natural for us to talk about this hot, dry weather and the drought, and it did affect our marshes, but it's actually affected our managers in a positive way because we're opportunistic, and a lot of we can take advantage of management of these systems. And so like up in Northwest Iowa, there's some of these shallow lakes where we can utilize these natural drought cycles to maybe eliminate a rough fishery, a rough fish fishery, such as eliminating carp by dewatering that or lowering it enough where you eliminate those rough fish. And what you do is we're trying to promote emergent and submergent aquatic vegetation, diverse plants out there for food. So when these migratory waterfowl come to these spots, not only are they offering opportunities for hunting, but really what we're trying to do is get them through their life cycle, right? We want to get them down south for the fall migration, healthy and good condition. So in the spring, when they're heading back up north to breed, they're as healthy as possible and producing the most amount of eggs. And so we took advantage, or I should say, because of this weather, we've been able to do some good management on our wetlands. And so, for example, I was talking to the biologist down at Riverton. Riverton's one of our premier waterfowl areas down in southwest Iowa.
Sure.
And they told me the conditions right now are looking really good, that they were able to expose those mud flats and grow some good aquatic vegetation, and they're slowly getting water on those. And granted, if you went down there today, if you had a big boat, you'd be like, geez, I don't have enough water to get my boat out here. Well, over time, we're getting that water up there, creeping up there, so it really coincides with the peak of the migration, because we're not only managing these systems for our hunters, we're really managing it for those migratory waterfowl to make sure that they've got the resources they need when they're stopping by our cool state.
Sure. No, absolutely. No, that sounds. It's all about habitat, right? We talk about turkeys and deer more than anything because that's where my passion is. I apologize, but that's just where it is. But it goes into fishing and waterfowl and upland, especially upland. I know we did some food plots in some areas this summer that came up really well. And the pheasant count, the poults and the pheasants have been just outstanding. That nesting cover is that's very important to have your turkeys and your upland birds to be able to keep reproducing and seeing good amounts of activity on your land, Pete.
Well said. Habitat is key, and I would say one of the biggest drivers of our men and women working in fish and wildlife is our key is to conserve and enhance that habitat.
Yeah. Jeremy Lee says he's out hunting with his son this morning. A lot of deer moving this morning. Jeremy, good luck. I hope you guys tag out, bud. Have fun.
Awesome. Good luck, Jeremy.
Yeah. You know, I tell you, it's one of the best compliments I could ever get, Pete. That I got people actually watch me on Facebook Live while they're hunting and fishing. It's like, what are you doing? Go hunt. Don't worry about me. You can always go back and listen to the replay.
That's right. Those are once-in-a-lifetime opportunities.
I don't know how many times I've been fiddling on my phone and look up and have a deer. There's a deer looking right at me that I didn't hear coming in. It's like, oh my, well I'm busted.
Yep.
Missed it by that much. Yeah. Oh man. Hey, Pete, I appreciate the time this morning. I know you're extremely busy. Please keep up the great work. Director Lyons is doing a great job. I love seeing all the stuff she's out there doing in the community. It's really neat to have such an interactive department. So please keep up all the efforts. And can we get you back on?
I'd love to be back on, Dan. Thank you for your support of the department. It means everything to us, and we appreciate this partnership. So, yeah, love to be back on. Have me on anytime, sir.
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll try and get you on before the firearms season starts, if that's okay.
Wonderful.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and hey, if there's anything shaking that you need some help getting the word out, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you, sir. Will do.
All right, Pete. Thanks for the time today. Be safe out there.
All right. Thank you, Outdoor Dan. We'll see you.
Thank you. But there he goes, Pete Hildreth from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources. Really nice guy. There's my buddy Matt in Pennsylvania. Charles, you know what, Charles? I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to ask him that. I'll ask him next time, though, Charles. I will, because Charles says that he was out trapping and he saw 15 raccoons while scouting yesterday. So he wants to know if we can extend the trapping season. I'd be all for that. You know, get them under control. Good, my buddy Matt. Hey, Matt, what's the name of that drone? Was it a GJ? I was looking at drones last night. Text me and tell me what drone. I'll tell you what, the one I was looking at, let me look and see if I still have this here real quick. Let's see. Where do I go? That's not it. Where's my history? That's not it. Where do I find my... I can't find my history. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Is that it? Let's see. Drones. Matt, I was looking at the DJI Mavic Air 2. Tell me if that's good. Tell me if that one's good. That's supposed to have good proximity sensors on it. Okay. Thanks, Matt. Let me know if that Mavic Air 2 is a good one, will you, pal? All right. Hey, 7:37. I am really late. What time is your guest coming on?
45.
Huh?
45.
All right. Let me take a real quick break, and Andrew has a guest this morning, so we'll see what Andrew's got cooking. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Need t-shirts for your school, special events, fundraisers, or apparel for your business? Don't buy online, buy local from America's Best Apparel in West Des Moines. Take your ideas to them and their staff.
So you're not going to trade me, huh, Hoser?
I just like them. I like those.
What? How do you not make that trade? I don't get that. That's better than anything you got on your bench.
Start creating your t-shirts now by calling America's Best Screen Print and Embroidery.
You can't play both of them every week.
That's 515-223-4422.
Well, you could.
Tacticam has launched the best-in-class cellular trail camera, the #1 selling action camera in the industry. The new Reveal by Tacticam will change the way you scout forever.
Hey, Steve. How you doing, bud? Good morning, Roger. How you doing, bud? How's things in New York City? I know you're not in New York City. New York.
With Reveal, those issues are gone. You can receive pictures in almost real time right to your app without going into the field. The Reveal offers half-second trigger speeds. Detects game
Oh my gosh! What is the mull over, man? You just gotta jump while the fire's hot, man.
24-inch LCD screen, adjustable night illumination.
It's not like I'm trading you somebody who's getting hurt.
$5 a month. The Reveal's world-class app allows you to set up your camera, add cameras, view and organize pictures, and much more. Again, plans starting as low as $5.
Hey, we got all the seasons starting. Don't forget about the Milo Locker.
Helps you stop educating your game.
They got new deer products. And on trivia today, hey Aaron, on trivia today, I am going to be giving away some lethal bug and tick repellent. I got a bunch of that, and then if that wasn't good enough, I got one of these in my truck. I'm giving away a lethal backseat bow sling. Look at that. Is that not slick? Woo! Somebody's going to win that on trivia. Hey, and over Airtree Field and Sports, they're the only ones carrying lethal stuff right now that I know in central Iowa. So they've got a deal going on over there right now. If you go and buy 2 bottles, he's a chicken. Who's a chicken, Tony? If you go buy 2 bottles, right, you get a choice of a Work Sharp sharpener or a Arctic Ice block for just buying some lethal product from Mark. I dropped over like enough for a dozen people, so go over to Archery Field and Sports and buy some lethal and stay protected. Keep the ticks and the mosquitoes off of you. What's really nice about that, when it dries, there's no scent to it. It's odor free. This stuff really works well. We've been using it for a couple of years now. Good stuff.
For more information on how to protect your buddy and keep your home looking great, call 515-975-2190 or go online at petstop.com.
There you go, Jeff. Congrats, man.
Dan recommended and Raven approved. Let's talk about a story, an Iowa story about a dream that took several years to come true in Osceola, Iowa. It's the story of Revelton Distilling Company.
Oh, gotcha. Tony says you're chicken, you won't trade.
Were born from the labor of
I was sitting there going, what's he?
It's amazing hearing the customers' descriptions of how unique
Tony called it out.
And how each spirit tastes and satisfies.
Tony busted you.
From the honey whiskey to the whiskey and cream, or the robust mulberry.
I can't help somebody getting hurt. Well, but I didn't burn you. Robert Woods or Godwin's been banged up anyway.
Is open Wednesday through Sunday in Osceola. They're located at 1400 West Clay Street, right off
Big chicken.
I-35. Revelton Distillery Fine Spirits are also available at your local grocery and other retailers around Iowa. Please check them out online at reveltondistillery.com.
Well, I'm not putting him on
Visit
this,
them at the distillery. If it's time to celebrate or just time to sit back and unwind, well,
because your buddy Nathan don't trade.
That big buck
no, I'm not even going to waste my time.
Just can't figure him out. Have you heard of
I'm not even going to waste my time.
Can help you see more deer.
Good morning, Donovan!
Pure Whitetail has some of the best deer scents you can
How's my buddy?
Work scrape lines or build mock scrapes that will help you see more deer. Pure Whitetail's natural and synthetic products are developed straight off their farm. Scents like Bedded Up, Fixation, and Power.
I don't like those new stickers, Donovan.
Are available in powder and
aren't those sweet?
Or scrapes. Try the White Lightning Estrus scent. It's a proven scent that bucks.
Wait till I get some shirts and their hats made. I'll have some stuff for the Deer Classic.
Just go to purewhitetail.com and check out all they have to offer. Scents, honeydew, seed, grilling sauces, coffee, apparel, field staff opportunities, and family. Want to be more successful in the field?
Hey, who wants to try to win a hunt with Donovan in Kansas? Donovan the Iowa bow hunters might be buying a hunt from Donovan for their spring banquet. Wouldn't that be a cool hunt? Good morning, Hall of Famer Paul Butsky. Ready? All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call. Good Saturday morning to you all across the good old U.S. of A. Man, 20 years here in Iowa broadcasting live. Can you believe it? 20 years. Did I get a watch? I didn't get nothing. I can't even get Andrew to make a trade. Nothing. Nothing.
Hey, now.
Yeah. All right. Well, Andrew called me the other day and said, hey, can we please have this gentleman on? Roger says, me. Roger, you don't need to win a hunt. You go down there every year as it is. And I love seeing you down there, Roger. That's one of Donovan's people that hunts every year from New York.
Oh, yeah.
So Andrew says he's got. Can we please have a guest on? He does this really cool thing for kids. I said, well, sure. So Andrew, I'm going to let you interview the gentleman, and you got 5 minutes.
All right.
5 minutes. I'm counting.
All right. Well, first off, I want to give a shout out to the organization Can Play, and one of the co-founders of that organization I have right now, Dylan DeClerc, is on the line. And Dylan, appreciate you coming on, as this is an organization that it's kind of near and dear to my heart, that I've loved being a part of. And, Dylan, I'll let you really dive into it here, but kind of take us through what Can Play is all about, what this organization does, and how impactful it can be.
Yeah, absolutely. Andrew, we've loved having you over the past 4 years over at the Game for Good, which is our annual slow pitch softball fundraiser that we host down at Principal Park. Every year you help us make it bigger and better and more fun, and we're excited to do that again. But Can Play is an organization that was actually just founded here in January, but it was founded out of the merger of Courage League and Opportunity on Deck here in Central Iowa, two organizations that have been around for about 9 years, and that started around the same time in like 2012, 2013. And we had served youth who wouldn't otherwise be able to participate in athletics or out-of-school activities. And we provided them with a chance to learn from positive role models, a chance to build their skills, a chance to come together about a team, and learn about the skills that are going to help them on the field, but more importantly about those skills that are going to help them off the field and in life. So that's really what Can Play continues to do. Now together as formerly Opportunity on Deck and Courage League, now we're all together as Can Play. We continue to serve those populations, but we're doing so together with one brand and hoping to grow that throughout Iowa. So that's a little bit about us.
Well, and definitely, and you mentioned there just a little bit the Game for Good, which I've been a part of the last few years. It's been really fun because I think a lot of people just like helping people out, and this is something I've always enjoyed. But again, Opportunity on Deck, so now Can Play a Game for Good. This was a charity softball event that's coming on up here Sunday. And it's a time to get out and see Principal Park, see a great venue, and really to help things out here. And again, I love this event, and like you said, it really helps. And there's a little bit different flair to the event this year, but kind of take us through the event that's coming on up. Something that I think a lot of people can enjoy and just have a nice Sunday afternoon, kind of like a better than a stroll, I'd say.
No, it's an awesome event. You're right, every year, and this year we do think we've got the best event, but I may be a little bit biased. So, the Game for Good, it's always been an adult low pitch softball game, and we bring out celebrity coaches to coach it. So this year we've got Ernst Sprung Jr. from Iowa State, we've got Adam Mandenecker from Drake, Brian Harden, the athletic director over at Drake, and then we've got Greg Bruner from Iowa, as well as Tavion Banks and Keith Duncan. Those are going to be our celebrity coaches that are going to be coaching the adults playing in the slow pitch softball game. So that'll be a lot of fun. But this year we also added a youth component right before the adult slow pitch softball game. So our youth that are in our programs will get the chance to play on the field for our Can Play Youth Exhibition. So we're super excited for that to happen at 1 o'clock. And then the adults will get their chance on the field at 2 o'clock, and that'll run until 3:30. In addition to that, we got access to the Jungle Gym this year, the speed pitch machine. We'll be doing a T-shirt toss. There's going to be the kids are going to get on the field if you're able to bring your kids, and they're able to run around the outfield. We've got contests and activities and temporary tattoos and a silent auction and raffle. So you think about this as like a softball game, but there's so many more things and plenty of fun for the whole family. So we're inviting everybody to come on out, support a great cause. Can Play. Admission is free, so you can get into the game for free. And then from there, there's plenty of fun things for everybody to participate in and enjoy.
But certainly, again, that's the fun part. Is there's so many things to be active with. There's so many things that ultimately you're putting forth towards a very good cause. And of course, Dylan, you're not just out there doing it. Obviously a one day a year thing. You're out there every single day helping out these kids. What are some of the biggest, some of the other events as you go throughout the season? I know you do a lot of different drives for equipment. You do a lot of things out there. Obviously, you're looking for all types of help. But what are some of the other things down the road we can also expect here coming out of Can Play?
Yeah, so we have other fundraising events throughout the year. We've got our Jeans, Jackets, and Jams event, which is more of just a casual kind of night. It's not your annual gala. It's more just a casual night of music coming out, silent auction, celebrating your cause. That'll be October 28th this year. And then next February, we do a wheelchair basketball tournament. So you can sign up for a team of, it's up to 5, but you have 3 people in a chair at one time, and you're trying to score on a basket that's about 8 feet against another team that's also trying to do the same. So that's a fun wheelchair basketball tournament, and that's great because we get to play in the perspective of some of our athletes. So we really love that event, and we're looking forward to hosting that at the new Recplex, which we just moved into in next February. So those are the big fundraising events we've got coming up. But other than that, we're doing programs for youth all the time. In fact, we're doing some this morning. So we've got programs going on all throughout the year, and we're always looking for volunteers as well as great coaches that can come out and make a difference in the lives of kids that might not otherwise get these opportunities. So Can Play's great about getting out and finding those youth and a few adults as well that wouldn't otherwise be able to participate in these sort of things and help provide this for them and make a difference for them in their lives.
Well, perfect. And hey, everybody would be glad to be a part of that for sure, and who wouldn't want to? But again, everybody, Dylan DeClercq, co-founder of Can Play. Make sure to check out the Game for Good coming up Sunday. And again, just to quickly here, Dylan, give out the times of what they can expect and when they can expect to be at the ballpark.
Yep, gates open at 12:30 for the youth game that starts at 1, and then the adult game starts at 2, and we'll have you out by 3:30.
All right, perfect. Well, Dylan, thanks again for jumping on here. And, of course, again, everybody get out there and support a good cause, and we'll see you Sunday.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thanks again.
All right, everybody. Andrew, give him a round of applause. I think in, 5-6 years he's been doing the show, he's never interviewed anybody on the show. So anything for the kids, man. Anything for the kids. So way to go, Andrew. Good job. Morning, Skippy. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tim. I got like 3 texts. What are they talking softball for? It's Andrew. What am I going to do? He won't talk bluegill fishing. No, he's got to talk softball. Andrew called me and said, can we please interview this guy because it's for a kids' charity? And I said, if we can help with the kids, that's fine. So it was only 5 minutes. Just take a chill pill, folks. Yeah. It's all right. You did a good job.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're late for a break. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Hey, everybody, outdoors.
Morning, Tim. Good morning, Skippy. Good morning, Tom. Jeff, I'll let you know when I get them made, buddy. I won't have them made till first part of next year, man. There you go, Aaron.
Not only what hunting is, but what it does for the state of Iowa. Did you know hunting in Iowa annually brings in huge economic resources to our state? Hunters buy tags and permits every year so they can hunt here. That impacts restaurants, retail stores, gas stations, convenience stores, outfitters, and guides all over the state of Iowa. That leads to hundreds of millions of dollars in state taxes and retail sales that help keep Iowa moving forward. Anti-hunting groups are working hard every year to limit your ability to hunt here. So Hunting Works for Iowa is partnering with not only hunters, but businesses all across the state to protect your rights. If you want to learn more about Hunting Works for Iowa, or if you're interested in becoming a partner, please go check out their website at huntingworksforiowa.com.
Heading to your favorite outdoor spot? Is your hunting, fishing, or utility knife ready for any task? Well, if you used the original Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener before you left, you bet they are. The Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener is designed to sharpen every knife.
Jeff said, good job, Andrew.
Flexible, abrasive
there you go, Timmy.
The sharpening system is able to sharpen a variety of knives, including curved and serrated knives, tonto blades, fillet knives, gut hooks, axes, and even kitchen knives. The Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener does this with precision angle sharpening guides and flexible abrasive belts to ensure the proper 20-degree angle every time. Each Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener is assembled in the USA by a family-owned and operated company. Customer service is always a call away. So if you love the outdoors and depend on a sharp knife, consider checking out one of the Work Sharp knife and tool sharpeners or the Work Sharp guided field sharpener at a store near you, or anytime at worksharptools.com. That's worksharptools.com.
We all want the deadliest broadheads out there. Have you tried a slick trick? Slick tricks are one of the most accurate and deadliest broadheads on the market. No matter which slick trick model you choose.
Boy, I got those new Assailant slick tricks in. We're talking about slick trick broadheads right now. Now, I shot that mule deer with a Raptor trick from Slick Trick, and I'm not a mechanical guy. I'm a fixed head guy. But I'm going to tell you something. That Raptor trick broke that other deer's shoulder out at 60 yards with a 59-pound bow. It was amazing. That's 2 deer I've shot with a Raptor trick. Now, this new Assailant is a hybrid. It actually has the mechanical part and the fixed. It's got a fixed blade. It's got a bleeder blade on each side. And that thing, I put the practice blade on yesterday, and out to 25 yards, it was dead on from where the Raptor tricks were. Larry's been shooting them for about 6 months. He prototyped them earlier in the year, and he loved them. He's already taken 2 or 3 deer or animals with him. So that's what I'm going to shoot this year is those assailants. I'm telling you what, those things are slick, man. That's why they call them a slick trick.
From their food plot blends like Trophy Acre, Lazy Acre, Clover Deluxe, and the popular Dixie 6 to their attractants like
I got the fishing report. We'll do that after we talk. We're going to talk fishing with Jason Mitchell from Jason Mitchell's Outdoor TV. He's up next. So we get done talking fishing with Jason, I'll give you the fishing report. How about that? We got a big time fishing guy on. Big time.
It's the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 SPN.
Man, I love those new liners. Those liners are good. Thanks, Des Moines Radio Group, for doing those. We appreciate that. So, hey, don't forget now, the All Breeds Iowa Jeep Show and 4x4 event is going on this weekend in Cambridge, Iowa. It starts today. They're going to be today and tomorrow. They've got camping spots available. Any type of four-wheeling vehicle out there, you're going to see them. Broncos, Blazers, Jeeps, 4x4 trucks, you name it, they're going to be out there. And if you like all that kind of stuff, this is the event for you. They're going to have RC cars, courses for the kids, RTI ramps, retail vendors. There's going to be a swap meet. They got a whole bunch of other stuff going on, drawings and door prizes. Paula and Larry and everybody does a great job with this event from the Iowa Jeep Club. If you want more information about it, go see them at iowajeepshow.com. But it's going on today and tomorrow. They've got military stuff there for you to look at, plus some extra special stuff. Great show, great people. Go out there, pack up the kids, pack a sandwich, and take them out there and go watch the fun. They got a balancing thing you drive your vehicle on to balance. There's no way I'm doing that with my baby truck. I'm not doing that. I love my truck too much. But if you want to do it, you can do it out there, man. They do a good job. All right, we got about 30 seconds left. Herman's Fine Jewelers, Donnie and Frank, 2900 University in West Des Moines, 222-2600. They've been helping Iowans for over 38 years in Central Iowa. Go tell them Outdoors Dan sent you. They got on-site jewelry repair. They can do custom jewelry like they did my elk stuff with my elk ivory, and I got a ring coming. It's really cool. And they've got over 10,000 diamonds and mounting in stock. Tell them Outdoors Dan sent you, and thanks for supporting the show. We'll be right back with Jason Mitchell talking fishing on 1350 ESPN. Charlie. I just sent Nathan a trade. Crickets. I bet you I hear crickets. Good morning, Aaron. How you doing, bud? Was I early?
In these times when a lot of us are working from home, it's even more important to make sure your home is the right temperature and comfortable. Now is a great time to call the experts at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling at 287-6000 to schedule a check on your current heating and cooling systems. Is your house too dry and giving your family issues? A Honeywell dehumidifier system
I sent him a trade for Hilaire for Mike Evans.
That issue right away. Wyckoff Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated business that has been serving Iowa residents and businesses for over 70 years. They offer 24-hour service and programs like the Peace of Mind Plan for less than $15 a month. So if you want more time on the water or in the woods this year, please call the folks at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling.
Thanks, Jeff.
Your home or business heating and cooling needs. One call to Wyckoff Heating and Cooling will bring you peace of mind under your roof every day.
Good morning, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Whether it's camping, hunting,
how you doing, old Scotty?
You want your camping setup to be easy and your stay as comfortable as possible.
Hey, did you get that winner's information, Dr. Yagi? I texted that to you last week. Did you get that? Let me know if you got that or not, will you? Thank you, sir.
To make sure your adventures are ones you'll want to remember. They
carry great tents like the original tent cot that started it all.
I texted him.
This
Did you email him?
off-the-ground sleep shelter combines the comfort of a standard sleeping cot with the added protection of a tent. Camprite features several models of tent cot units, including single and double units. They also specialize in sleeping bags, camping tables, cooking prep units, chairs, and other fine quality outdoor products. With over 17 years of field testing, great outdoor gear products, Camprite is the right choice to make adventures not only comfortable,
Well, who's doing the
but also
logs?
carefree. Check out all these Camprite products at your local Sportsman's Warehouse or anytime on the web at camprite.com. That's Camprite with a K.
Do what?
So it's time to refill the tank. Where are you going for a great
What
meal
is you?
that won't break the bank? Well, why not?
Good morning, Marty. How you doing, man?
Restaurant in Waukee. There's more than great burgers and handmade ice cream shakes waiting for you at Central Standard Restaurant. They specialize in great food like buttermilk fried chicken, smoked pulled pork, grilled salmon, or an Iowa pork tenderloin, to name just a few. Central Standard Restaurant features a large menu that will be sure to please even the pickiest ones in your crew. The daily mac and cheese special.
What are you doing?
From 5 to 50. The shakes are just like Mom and Dad had back
No,
in the day.
no,
It's
you've
all
done
in
enough.
amazing. Central
You
Standard
have done.
Restaurant features shakes
You
like
have done.
birthday cake, cookie dough, strawberry cheesecake, chocolate strawberry and vanilla.
Are you
always
okay?
available as well.
You're not dying,
Large
are you?
screen TVs and plenty of local and domestic brews. You'll be relaxed and enjoy your time at the Central Standard so much it'll become one of your go-to places.
Are you?
Carryout is always available at Central Standard.
All right.
Central
Well, I got
Standard
this
Restaurant
fishing
is
guy.
located at
I got this
1242
big
Southeast
fishing guy
University
coming up,
in
Jason
Milwaukee,
Mitchell.
Iowa.
So
Just a short
let's
drive
do
from
that
anywhere.
next week.
Central Standard Restaurant, the perfect place.
Well,
to
no,
fill your
I
tank.
want. If you're gonna do something like that, Scotty, I want to make sure you get something more than just a 10-second mention. Okay. So, no, that's plenty. Well, you know what? Buy a couple of them, and we'll do some stretch. We'll stretch them out. Okay. All right. I got to run. Talk to you later. Bye. I'm telling you what, we got some of the best partners that on this show. In 25 years of doing the radio, I've got some just super partners. And Dr. Obi-Wan Kenobi Yagi, who's just a prince of a guy over at Advanced Family Dentistry. I'm sitting here watching my Facebook Live. He goes, "Hey, let's give away a $100 gift card to Sportsman's Warehouse." And I said, "What?" So I had to call him to see what was going on because he just drops this on me, right? And I said, let's do it next week. So next week, I'm going to give away a $100 gift card to Sportsman's Warehouse from Advanced Family Dentistry, courtesy of Dr. Scott Obi-Wan Kenobi Yagi, my dentist. I just feel, how many crowns is he going to have to do to pay for that this week, huh? That's crazy. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But I just love those people. They do such a good job. Andrew's getting Mr. Jason Mitchell on the line for us, so we're going to be talking fishing here. So all my tight line friends, if you got questions, hit me up here on Facebook Live if you want to ask Jason a question. So he is coming on real quick, and next week we'll start giving away some stuff. Huh? $100 gift card to Sportsman's. Dr. Yagi's on fire. Speaking of on fire, let's go talk to a guy that knows how to catch wallies any time of the year, Mr. Jason Mitchell. Jason, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you a little better there. Where are you out in the boat?
I'm just trying to get into a spot here where I got a little bit better reception here. It's windy up here today.
Yeah, where you at?
A walleye shop. So.
Where you at today?
Well, I'm in Devil's Lake here, so.
Oh, Devil's Lake, you're fishing. You're good stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to get out here a little later here. It's probably blowing 30 miles an hour right now, and so I'm hoping it lays down a little later. And so, yeah, but it's definitely going to be kind of that fall fishing time. It's kind of something a lot of people look forward to. So,
you know, I got to tell you, everybody loves the May, the June openers and stuff. I love the fall fishing. Right before I start getting into a tree stand 12 hours a day. You got less people on the water. Everybody's vacations are over pretty much. The kids are back in school, so you got the lake a lot of times all to yourself. But those fish are actively feeding, trying to get as fat as they can for the winter. What a great time to go wet a line.
It is, and you hit it on the head. I mean, it's like everybody knows the fishing's good. Everybody knows where they're biting you. And I mean, a lot of the spots aren't a secret. There's still, in a lot of lakes, there's hardly anybody on the water. And, yeah, it's some of the best fishing of the year, and I don't know if people have just had enough fishing by then, or kids are back in school or whatever, but a lot of times, I'll be the only vehicle in the boat ramp parking lot.
Yeah.
It's just wild how just people give it up in the fall. So
yeah, it's a great time to go. That's for sure. Hey, tell everybody about Jason Mitchell Outdoors. First of all, I want to thank you for being part of the Outdoor Call Radio Network that we're going to be launching here soon. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to listening to your podcast during the week, along with everybody else. I'm gonna be learning a lot from you every week. But how long has Jason Mitchell Outdoors been going on?
Goodness, I think we started doing television in 2007, and I guess just to back up, I mean, I started guiding on Devil's Lake, fishing and waterfowl hunting. I was 20, 21 years old when I started, and I did that for many years. And then how I got into outdoor television was in about, I think it was like 2007-ish or so, 2006. I filmed a lot of shows with Tony Dean, who had a popular show in the Midwest here and stuff. And so we filmed a lot of shows together, and Tony became a great mentor to me. As a young person coming up in the fishing industry, and as a guide, I got a lot of good advice from Tony, and we just hit it off and became really good friends. Well, then Tony wanted to retire, and so he, we sat down, and he wanted to know if I wanted to purchase his show and take his show over from him. And obviously I knew it was a phenomenal opportunity. And so then we were kind of working through that, and then he died unexpectedly. And so that's how we kind of got thrown into the television business. And goodness, starting out, there's a lot of things we didn't know, or a lot of things we didn't do right, but luckily we did enough things right, and we had our sponsors kind of stand by us, and we were able to add some new sponsors over time, where it's been a really good run. And so, goodness, 2008 to what it is now, we've been on air for, 13, 14 years, I think.
Yeah.
I think this might be our 15th season that we're producing or filming right now. And so that's how we got started. And then, over time, we obviously the world's changed. We've gotten big into YouTube and social media and, radio, podcasts, and it just keeps evolving. So, but, at the end of the day, the media platforms can be whatever, but, people want to know a good story. They want good information. And I think in today's world too, it's even more important to have integrity and credibility. It's always been important, but I think there's so much stuff out there now that, that's becoming even more important. And so, you just stick with those things, and you can make a living in the outdoor industry.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Jay, I was shocked. I when I got into it, I started the radio. This is my 25th year on the radio, doing live radio. We started down in St. Louis, so I've been on down there 25 years. The Iowa show that you're on right now has been on for 20. When I moved up here 20 years ago, I started a second show. But the television stuff came out of that, and I just retired mine, Outdoors Traditions. We just retired that last year. We were on for 20. I'm 57, and Jason, I got to tell you, it's just, people sometimes don't realize how much work and stress and stuff that is. I mean, you love to do it. The passion to do it. It's really rewarding. But man, I tell you what, when you're trying to do 26 bow hunts a year, that's a lot of stress on you.
Oh, I can't imagine. Yeah, walleyes are way easier to catch.
Well, no, I wouldn't. Maybe for you, Jason, I would rather probably try to do 26 bow hunts a year. The walleyes kick my butt. You know what the only thing bad about live scope is, Jason? You can actually watch the walleye laughing at you underwater now. That's
yeah, watch them swim away.
Yeah. But I love walleye fishing. That's my favorite thing to do. But they kick my butt. I was really blessed this year. I went up to Lake Winnebagosh up in Minnesota. I love Winnie. It's one of my favorite lakes to fish. And we caught, my friend Gary, who lives up there, we caught probably 150 walleye in 3 days. We had just some of the best fishing I've ever had. But, I mean, I don't know how many times I've went up there or leech or cast and spent the whole weekend and maybe caught 3 fish. I mean, they're crazy to try to go after sometimes.
Well, yeah, they can be humbling. There's definitely some humiliation with I think any hunting or fishing endeavor. But I look at walleye fishing. And you pick really good fisheries at good times of the year, and the fact that you can, you've got say 4, 5, 6, 7 months to get all your 26 shows done. versus 2 months of bow hunting, oh man, I think I'd take the walleye fishing. I love bow hunting though, by the way. Bow hunting whitetails is probably one of my absolute favorite things about it.
Yeah, and that's because we had myself, Jeff Jorgensen, we had Philip Vanderpool who's with Hunter Specialties for years, and then he started his own show called The Virtue. And then Larry McCoy from Respect the Game. I had a couple people, helping me out with hunts and stuff, but yeah, I listen. I actually retired my show and moved over with Larry and the guys on Respect the Game. It was so much fun. It's fun again. How do I don't know if I can explain that enough, but the pressure is not there on me anymore because it's I don't have to worry about producing. If I have a couple bad hunts, it's not killing me like it used to, and just being part of the show instead of being the show, it's actually allowing me to just have more fun with it. It's been a great experience for me, Jason, and I'm sure if I tried to do a fishing show, I'd be in serious trouble.
Sometimes I know that feeling.
I mean, I sit there and watch you guys. Shaw Grigsby is one of my best friends in the world. Denny Brower's a good friend. And I'll have Shaw or Denny on the show, and they'll talk about drop shotting. They'll talk about sight fishing and all this stuff. And then I go out to try to do it, and it's like, I'm either the biggest idiot in the world or I just didn't listen to them good enough because it's not working like they said it was going to.
The thing about it too is with any technique, anything that you do is that it's so easy. You got to do it at the right place at the right time.
Right.
And that's the tough part is just acquiring that experience. And as an angler, probably the best thing that can happen to you is you're out on the water and there's all these different conditions and factors happening. And maybe there's maybe one or two things that you're really confident in. Maybe on Winnebagosh it's pitching jigs and shiners, early in the year, or maybe it's pulling a bullet weight in a spinner harness along the weed lines, whatever it is. And then so you've got your two plays in the playbook, and it's not working. And just having confidence in something else that you can go to.
Yeah.
It's like expanding your toolbox. What I always tell people, people always say, "Oh no, jigging a minnow is way better on Winnebagosh." Well, no doubt at times it can be, but when that's not working, what are you going to do next?
Right.
You keep jigging a minnow all day, and I think that's where you really see really good anglers or people that have been around the block a few times. They can I remember a couple of years ago when the only way we could catch them was out over that deep mud with lead core. We haven't tried that yet this year. Let's go see if that's happening. Because nothing else is working, and just getting that confidence. And because if you're fishing without confidence, it's really hard to catch a fish.
No, I agree 100% with you. And where you're at, Devil's Lake. I mean, I got listeners from all over the Midwest. That's one of their favorite places to go, or one of their destination places they want to go to. That's a tremendous fishery there.
Oh, absolutely. It's been one of the top walleye fisheries in the United States for many years. And then it's kind of unique too because of the high water situation that we had. We had a lot of flooded trees. We've got a lot of shallow weed lines. We've had a lot of shallow fish patterns that go for most of the year. But then on top of it, you can catch fish pulling lead core. You can catch fish deep, using jigging ramps or bottom bouncers. There's flooded road beds to fish. It's really a unique fishery that way, and I always say, what makes the high water phenomenon, the Devil's Lake, even more special in today's world is that, we're well past the days of eminent domain. You look back in the 50s and 60s and they're building all these big reservoirs in there were new, all these big bass wreckers were coming out of the Ozarks and stuff like that. And then over time, those lakes or those reservoirs, they're not as fertile. They become more sterile as they age. And so we'll never see anything like that again. Well, then Devil's Lake pops up, and it's kind of the only thing that we can see in our lifetime. It's kind of like what they experienced in a lot of these reservoirs when they were first built, as far as productivity. And so kind of a neat thing to be around the last 20 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, last time I was walleye fishing, I was back trolling shad raps or rapalas, and I got some bite. I got bit that way pretty good. Nothing to brag about, but I did catch fish. Where are the fish? What patterns are you looking at right now, and what techniques are going to work the best this time of year, Jason?
Well, there's a lot of different things happening, and obviously there's a lot of different lakes, a lot of different fisheries where each fishery will have its own its own personality. You know, you look at Winnebagosh, you know, it'll set up in a certain way, then you go right next door to Cass Lake or Bemidji Lake or Leech Lake, you know, and those lakes will be fishing differently, you know, but, you know, there's the thing about the falls, there's usually shallow patterns and deep patterns, and what I find is that in the fall, you know, a lot of things are changing, and so like early fall, you know, before we get into late fall, like right now, what I like to find are green weeds. Like if I can find really good stands of green cabbage, it's like early in the fall, that to me is just dynamite, which is often shallower, you know, and it might be using a slip bobber around it, might be pitching a jig in a minnow, usually a jig in a plastic, just because of the durability of fishing around weeds. But we're fishing, I like to fish a lot of the shallow weeds when they're still green in the fall. It's almost like the green, you know, I've heard anglers say that the weeds will hold heat when the nights cool off. Maybe it's a deal where the weeds are just consistent when everything else around it is changing fast. But those green weeds early in the fall, now as we get later on, what I find, especially when there's lakes where there's tulipies and, you know, and there's some fish spawning happening with some of the whitefish species, is that, you know, the shallow rocks and boulders can be good. But by and large, too, you know, you take any offshore deep rock structure with boulders, or, you know, the other thing that we notice in the falls, the fish will start to prefer sharper breaks at times, you know. So like on the reservoirs, for example, we're fishing a lot of sharp break stuff, you know, next to the old river channel, you know, big round rocks, deep prominent rock structure. You know, those are kind of the classic fall patterns. And what's interesting about the falls, and a lot of the good fall patterns, and then current is another thing too, like bottlenecks between two lakes, anywhere you have moving water, a lot of times that'll attract shiners, and then that'll attract walleyes. But fall fishing, the classic patterns usually get better as it keeps getting colder and colder and colder. And so it's kind of the exact opposite of fall, or the exact opposite of spring. You know, you want it to warm up every day. In the fall, it gets better if it gets a little colder every day.
Yeah, what plastics are you throwing right now this time of year?
You know, just a lot of paddle tails. I don't really know if it really matters. Different brands. And we're using Selma walleye shads. We're using walleye assassin, makes some great stuff. Berkeley, you know, the ripple tails. Just a boot style or a paddle style that's anywhere from 4 to even up to 6 inches. You know, and it depends on the weed profile and how deep the weeds are. But I would say by and large, just a paddle tail boot style plastic.
Okay. All right, great. Hey, I got to hit a real quick break, Jason. Can I hold you through?
You bet.
Yeah, can we talk a little slab crappie when we come back?
You bet.
Yeah, I was actually listening to one of your podcasts, one of your on the website on your Jason Mitchell Outdoors on slab crappies and stuff. Man, I actually was enjoying that quite a bit myself.
Great. Yep, we can sure talk about that.
Okay, we'll be right back on the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. Hey Dave, hey Matt, Aaron, Smoking Joe, John, TJ, David, Marty, good to see y'all.
Imperial RV has been serving Iowa camping enthusiasts for 50 years. They carry pull-behind or fifth-wheel RVs from Sprinter, Hideout, Passport, and Alpine. They now carry SMC horse trailers that have built-in living quarters for rodeo and horse lovers. Imperial RV also features a full-service center ready for any repair that your RV might have. Imperial RV can finance on-site. They help you with all your financing needs. They also have a full-service parts department for anything you might need to keep your camper going. They're open Monday through Saturday, located at 1727 South Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny, Iowa. Please call them at 515-964-1424 or check them out online at ImperialRVCenter.com. That's ImperialRVCenter.com. Imperial RV Center in Ankeny, making memories to last a lifetime.
At American Family Life Insurance, we know that protecting your family's financial future is a priority, and life insurance is an easy way to help make that happen. You'll feel good knowing you've taken steps to protect what matters most if you were to pass away. Plus, life insurance is often more affordable than you think. Let's talk about options that fit you. Contact Darren Islander, agent at 515-964-7575 today.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You were hunting and a deer tick just crawled onto your leg and is burying its head into your flesh. You can't feel the bite and you may or may not find the tick. In the coming weeks, you may or may not notice a red ring around the bite.
Shortly thereafter, you may or may not get really sick. Your doctor may or may not test you for Lyme disease. The test may or may not detect it, meaning you may or may not get the medication needed. If untreated or not treated on time, you could have a lifetime of complications. Don't take that chance. Get Elimitic clothing from Game Hide. Elimitic features Insect Shield, a repellent that is fused to the fabric fibers. Ticks hate it. Elimitic clothing will retain its effectiveness for the life of the garment and needs no special care. The treatment is odorless and invisible. Wearing Elimitic can help protect you from ticks, chiggers, and other biting insects, and is featured in a complete line of quality Game Hide hunting clothing. To learn more, visit GameHide.com.
As we head to the fields this hunting season, you need to remember to work up your pet's activity level slowly. Don't take them out on opening day and expect them to perform without having any previous exercise. Remember to have a proper first aid kit for your pet when you go into the field. That should include bandage materials, gauze, antibiotic ointment, and items that could be used as a splint if needed, plus a muzzle. Even friendly dogs will bite if they're in pain. Please make sure your pet is current on all vaccines before you head out. Your pet should also have a good physical exam to make sure he/she is healthy enough to go hunting. Always provide your pet with protection from the elements, and this includes a high-quality pet carrier for the trips, a blaze orange hunting vest which makes your pet more visible and provides protection from the bush as he or she runs through. Be careful and have fun. Remember, this is what most of our dogs were born to do. This message has been brought to you by Dr. Steve from Westfield Veterinary Hospital. For questions about keeping your pet healthy, contact Dr. Steve by phone at 515-9865-PET. Westfield Veterinary Hospital, for the life of your pet.
You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan. For some reason, we lost Jason, so we're trying to reestablish communications and see if we can get him back on there and see how he's doing. He's that's the only thing bad about cell phones. I don't know why cell phones we can't have satellite stuff by now. Everything should be like super easy to go, huh? Let's see. Good morning, guys. How you doing? Got to see you there, Dave. I'm trying to get him on some slabs. There you go. I think we got him back. Hang on, Andrew. I'm waiting on Andrew. Oh, you got him?
Yeah.
You there, Jace?
Yes, I am there.
Oh, there you go. I thought we were going to have to send up a satellite for you.
You know, it's kind of a deal. I got to remember to charge my phone once in a while.
That's all right. That's all right. So we got a guy that listens to the show here in Iowa. We call him Fishing Dave. He's a fishing fanatic, and he wants to know what can you do to. He says, love hearing a Midwest guy like Jason talking fishing around here. Thank you. So he really appreciates you. He wants to know how can he get some fall slabbers.
Crappies? You know, so I tell you what, lately here, like in the last 3 weeks or so, we've been catching a lot of crappies on weed lines on a lot of different lakes that I've been to in surprisingly shallow water, anywhere from, say, 5 to 12 feet of water, depending on the lake. And what we've been doing is just running a harness or like a Roadrunner style spinner, just something really shallow over the tops of the weeds. So if you can imagine you're in, say, 7 to 10 feet of water, and the weeds come up 6, 7 feet high, you're just running something right over the tops of those weeds. Those fish are just holding in the weeds and just coming up and eating it. And, you know, if you can find cabbage, broadleaf pondweed, or some type of a cabbage with broadleaf, that seems to be holding the most fish. And it seems like that would go here for another week or two. And then the classic fall crappie pattern is when they slide out over the deep water. They'll leave the shallow water, they'll slide out over the deep water. I don't know, some people say it's a temperature thing, which obviously I think temperature has something to do with it, but it's just a deal where these fish, they start to feel winter coming on, and they'll get into those wintering spots. And so if you've got just say a 2,000-acre lake for argument's sake, and if you've got a couple of neck-down isolated basins that are, say, 15 to 25 feet of water, those are the kind of the prime spots. They seem to like that bowl where they don't like it too deep, but like, say, like 35 feet or less, if you can find a bowl or a basin that's 35 feet to maybe 18 18, 19 feet, that's kind of that depth that they seem to prefer. They'll suspend over those bowls. So if you can find like an isolated basin that's part of a chain, or maybe a bay that comes off of a bigger, deeper part of the lake, it's a 25 to 30 foot bowl or basin. It's like the fish will pile into those spots, and a lot of times they'll suspend. And so a lot of times just drive around and look for them with your electronics. You'll see them. I mean, they'll be 10 foot tall school, and then once you find them with your electronics, you can also use side imaging and then stuff like Panoptics or Active Target as well. But once you find them, you can throw out a marker buoy or get a waypoint, spot lock or anchor over them, or just fish through them and catch them that way. So.
One of the things I've been hearing a lot about from folks like down at Lake of the Ozarks, Truman, Table Rock Lake down in Missouri, and some of the lakes up in Minnesota. When did trolling crankbaits for crappie, the smaller crankbaits, become so popular? A lot of folks are doing that in the summer.
Yeah, think of how many crappies you catch when you're walleye fishing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just excuse me, but it's just a deal where sometimes you catch fish accidentally or incidentally, and then the light bulb goes off. But yeah, I mean, especially when crappies are scattered, they're spread out, they're suspended, whatever. I mean, like we just filmed an episode in northern Minnesota, actually not too far from Winnebagosh, where you like to fish, and we were focusing on some of those smaller lakes in that area. There's Ball Club, and then there's Bowstring and Sand Lake, and there's a lot of really good panfish lakes in that area. And we were staying at that Lakewood Lodge.
Yeah.
And we were trolling spinners, a mile and a half. Basically a walleye spinner with a minnow hooked on a long shank hook, and catching all kinds of crappies. And of course, we catch walleyes by accident. And it's kind of a deal where, well, whoever figured that out, they're probably fishing for walleyes and start catching so many crappies. Well, let's just say we're crappie fishing now.
Yeah.
This is working pretty good, So I think there's a lot of that with fishing that makes it fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, if you do fishing, you do fish tournaments, correct?
I fish in a few, not a lot. I mean, I enjoy trying to get into a couple a year. I just don't have much time. You're talking about the stress of filming or getting 26 hunts filmed. We air every week of the year, and so the stress of getting that many shows shot, I don't really get a lot of time to fish for tournaments. But I sure enjoy fishing a couple a year. So I'll fish, one or two, maybe three, maybe four at the most.
Okay. Well, I had somebody ask me.
I love doing it.
Yeah, I had somebody ask me, and I said, "Well, I'll ask him on air because I thought he did, but I better ask before I say anything." Because when I assume something, I'm usually always wrong. So.
I know the feeling there.
Yeah,
I fish a few, but not a lot.
So, tell us about your guiding service.
Well, actually, so the guiding service, I guided on Devil's Lake for goodness, it was well over 15 years. And so I sold that a couple years ago. And so I sold it to some guys that I guided with for many years. And so I haven't been involved in the guiding for a couple years now. In fact, I don't even have my guide or outfitter license anymore. But that's what I did for many, many years. And I always joke when I someday get tired of television and maybe want to retire, maybe I'll go back to guiding. I love doing it. At least, I just remember the good days where we caught fish. You get tough days, 30-mile-an-hour winds, grouchy people. I kind of block that stuff out, But yeah, that's kind of how I cut my teeth in the industry. But I haven't done it in a few years.
So if someone wants to go fishing with you, they're going to have to do it on TV with you.
Yeah, I don't even do any guiding at all because we have to be insured and licensed and all that stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean they're going to have to watch the show, Jason.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we fish with you every weekend, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to go fishing with Jason. Just watch Jason Mitchell Outdoors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
9 o'clock on Valley Sports on Sunday morning.
Yep. There. Now you said you do all the social media stuff too, right? You do YouTube and Facebook and all that.
Yeah, we do. Yep, that's a big part of what we do. It's becoming more important all the time.
So just go on there and just look up Jason Mitchell Outdoors, right?
Absolutely. If you go on Instagram, Jason Mitchell Outdoors, Facebook, Jason Mitchell Outdoors, or YouTube, you'll find us. And we keep it pretty active. I mean, we're putting stuff on there all the time. We're hunting or fishing and doing stuff all the time, and so we're trying to share that information. Every day we're doing something. So.
Sure, absolutely. Well, like I said, I'm looking forward to listening to all the podcasts when we launch the Outdoor Call radio platform, and you're going to be a big part of that on Tightline Tuesdays. So I can't wait to learn a bunch of stuff. And then can we please get you back on and talk a little fishing sometime before the winter hits?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll do that. Hey, but I'm going to let you go, but don't hang up. I need to talk to you real quick before I get out of here today. So hang on for me. And then again, if someone wants to get a hold of you, what's the best way to do that?
You're probably just online. It's just jasonmitchelloutdoors.com, and then if our contact information is on there. You can send us an email. You can send us a message anytime on social media. We try to answer everyone. If you never got an answer, it's because you got your email kicked back or just something happened. But we try to answer every person that reaches out to us. And so those are probably the easiest way to reach us. And then if you go to our website, jasonmitchelloutdoors.com, everything's there. Past videos, articles, blogs, video tips, you name it. Everything is under one roof. So that's pretty convenient for people. So.
All right, Jason. All right, you hang on, and we'll look forward to talking to you again, okay?
You bet. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Hi, this is Dr. Don Gilbert from New Life Counseling Services with offices in West Des Moines and Ankeny, Iowa. I know things can be tough in the world today. I see it every day. People dealing with relationship issues, parenting struggles, anxiety, depression, or folks just looking for a new direction or plan in their life. If you find yourself struggling and are looking for someone to help you find answers to a better relationship, a marriage, or just helping with everyday stress, please consider calling me a New Life. We offer a family-friendly, straightforward approach to helping you to get through the layers of stress that can be harmful to your health, relationships, and your work. The staff at New Life offer one-on-one sessions that get right to the heart of the matter. We work with you so you can discover better choices on how to handle the issues you might be dealing with in your life. When you're looking for someone to listen to you, we're here. Please consider calling us for a confidential appointment at New Life, 515-225-4006 in West Des Moines, or 964-5003 in Ankeny. Also find us 24/7 at newlifecounseling.com. Right. We are here to help you when you need us.
In the mood for a great family treat or a special gift idea? Pop on over to the Lotta Pop store, located at 647 South Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny. That's where you'll find over 30 fresh flavors of the most delicious Iowa-grown popcorn in the central Iowa area. You'll love the fresh hot flavors like caramel apple, kettle corn, jalapeno cheddar, cheddar cheese, birthday cake, or patriotic mix, just to name a few. You'll find something for everyone at Lotta Pop in Ankeny. Our ladies crew can help you pick out the perfect variety pack, tin or gift package. Lotta Pop has everything you'll need, from ready-to-eat popcorn to all the fixings to make great popcorn at any event. Everyone loves popcorn, especially when it's from Lotta Pop. It's the same great popcorn you'll find at the Iowa State Games, locally grown and popped to perfection. Lotta Pop can help with any special occasion, corporate events, and special fundraising for your school. For more information, contact Lotta Pop at 515-262-3243 or go online at lottapop.com. Lotta Pop, great tasting popcorn from Iowa since 1969.
I'll email you some dates to get you back on the show.
If bow hunting or archery is your passion, get to Archery Field and Sports in Altoona and see what's new in your sport. Archery Field and Sports has been helping archers and bow hunters for generations. They have the experience to help you with your purchase and help you reach your goals. Archery Field and Sports carries archery gear from Matthews, Hoyt, Bowtech, and Bear, plus all the top extras and accessories you'll ever need. Mark and his staff are trained on all the latest tuning and setup techniques, and our experts at personally fitting you to the bow you want. They also have a 40-yard indoor range that will help you with getting sighted in. Archery Field and Sports has leagues and personal training sessions available for you to train for the upcoming seasons.
Listen, we're involved with
Field and Sports at East 56th Street in Altoona. Open Tuesday through Sunday with leagues during the week. For more information, go to archeryfield.com or call 515-265-6500.
You're getting all these companies buying everybody.
When you go big game hunting, do you go the extra step and try to stay undetected and lethal? Lethal Products can help you do that every trip. It starts by washing your clothes with the Lethal Products scent-free detergents, providing a layer of protection to avoid the noses. The next step is taking a scent-free shower, using Lethal shampoo and body wash and deodorant. Then spraying down when you get to your hunting area with Lethal Products Field and Dirt Cover Sprays. If you do this system, your encounters will go way up while hunting big game.
All right, good luck fishing, and send me that
Lethal
address, and I'll
products
get
also
something
feature
heading your way
field
next
body
week,
wipes
okay?
that you can use to wipe down after walking into the tree on
Thank you,
warmer
buddy.
days
Have a great
or
day.
emergencies in the field.
Bye-bye.
Lethal Products also provides protection from little pests like ticks and mosquitoes with their bug and tick repellent. Lethal Products is a hunting system.
You better call him.
For more
Thanks,
information on Lethal
Dave.
Products,
Hey,
just go to
Paula.
lethalproducts.com. That's
Sorry, I had to talk to Jason, guys.
or Archery Field and Sports in Altoona.
What a nice guy, huh? Super nice guy. I'm anxious for you to hear his podcasts. They're great. You're gonna love them. And where are you gonna hear that at? On the Outdoor Call Radio platform. Go to outdoorcallradio.com. Coming soon.
Let me talk to him.
I let him talk. Do you hear that? I let him talk. I let him talk all the time.
Hey guys, Jackie Bushman here with Buckmasters. When it comes to food plot seed and deer feed, the Mississippi-based Backwoods Attractions product line has you covered. From their food plot blends like Trophy Acre, Lazy Acre, Clover Deluxe, and the popular Dixie 6, to their attractives like Game Changer, Sweet Stuff, and Buck Robber. The best way to put it is, if you're not using Backwoods Attraction products, you better hope your neighbor isn't either. From small to large acreage, Backwoods Attraction has the feed and seed perfect for your hunting property. So do yourself a favor and swing by and support your local co-op or farm supply store and ask for Backwoods Attraction to set yourself up for a successful fall.
It's the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio. Hope everyone's doing well. Stewie, how you doing, Stewie? Chris, Paula, Dave, everybody. Good to see you on Facebook Live. Thanks for checking out the show. Smoking Joe Smelter is actually working today. It must be leap year or something. What are you doing, Smelter?
I'm working. It's not leap year.
I don't know. What do you work like?
I don't either. I
You
don't
what?
even remember last time I had I know it's every 4 years, but I don't remember going across February 29th.
I don't know. I just figured you were, you got the Randy Munson schedule now. It's like you work every other moon cycle or whatever.
But I put in 60 hours during the week. That's what you don't understand.
Oh, it's 60 hours. Maybe at your corn stand.
It's still working, isn't it?
You have a corn stand?
It's the season.
Huh?
I don't have a corn stand.
Come out and see Smokin' Joe's corn stand. If you buy peaches and cream corn from Smokin' Joe, you get a free truck.
That's right. And we'll if Dan forgot this week, everybody that's listening, he forgot the Milo Locker.
I didn't forget them. I came by and you weren't there.
So you just didn't. Why didn't you drop them off?
Because I'm not leaving that stuff without somebody getting them in their hands. No way.
Probably I was probably taking care of like 4 customers, and you just couldn't wait for me.
That's all right. I can't remember when I was up there. It was Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday.
You never called.
I didn't call you. I just figured you were busy. So, hey, I'll get them, and I'm gonna drop some lethal tick spray too. I just got a whole bunch.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give that. You'll be able to get that away. But I didn't forget you.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I appreciate it. I was kind of sad.
No, don't be sad. We'll get it. We'll get it figured out. I just got to know you're there. What?
He accepted your trade.
Oh, he did? Yeah. Really?
Yeah, your trade is accepted.
Wow, I'm shocked. So anyway, anyway, quit interrupting me when I'm talking to a sponsor. What's going on at Carl Chevrolet? That Andrew, I let him do one interview, and he's trying to take over the show, Joe.
Well, yeah, he mentioned that to me just before you started talking with me. He's like, Dan let me on the show. I'm like, is this your first time? Like, did he give you an award?
Yeah, he got 5 minutes of airtime. That's a big award.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's called a Maloney. Is it Maloney? Is that what you said, Andrew?
Marconi.
Marconi.
You can give him baloney, though. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't have to worry.
He deserves baloney.
Yeah, the baloney award. I would win that. Hey, Jay Iverson, good morning, bud. What's going on at Carl?
The inventory is still tough. I have one HD pickup available if anybody's interested. That's like exciting news. Usually I have 100 of these things sitting around, but I have one 2500 LTZ diesel available. There are more trucks coming. It's really, really slow at the plant still. A lot of plants are actually shut down, unfortunately. But the truck plants are still up and running, and so hopefully things get better. But it's still really slow moving up at the plants and stuff like that. So
it's a great time to pre-order.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's you can get whatever you want. We can order it the way you want. It just takes a little bit of time, but at least you're not settling and things like that. And trades are still worth more than ever. And even if you're like looking just to get rid of your vehicle, you have no use for it anymore, we are looking to buy any vehicle just because our used car inventory is very, very short on that end as well. So we're definitely provide you top dollar trade value for just buying your vehicle out. So
well, that's exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm glad you're excited.
I'm excited. You're excited.
Well, Andrew's overly excited.
I'm way over the moon.
All right. Well, listen, I will.
We're going to expect this every weekend from you now.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. So are you working all next week?
Yep, I'll be all next week.
Okay, I'll be out
Monday.
All right, I'll try to get out there Wednesday or Thursday again, and
okay.
I've got like 12 bottles of lethal bug and tick spray and some Milo Locker certificates.
Sweet.
So all you got to do is go see Joe. Give me till Friday, folks, and then you can go bug him on Friday. No pun intended with the bug spray.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you like what I did there?
Yeah, that's good. Did Andrew tell you to say that?
No. I'm just making sure that didn't tick you off.
Oh, yeah, double no pun intended, huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bug you about it.
It's hunting season, isn't it? I can tell.
Yeah.
I'm all excited.
Yeah, there you go. It's great. Paula Brown said the gates are open at the big Jeep event over there in Cambridge. Paula, I just talked about that. See, I don't think they listened to the whole show. Did we lose Joe? Joe? He hung up on us.
He did.
Wow. I wasn't finished with him.
You still had more than...
I did. I did. Good morning, Realtor Rob. How you doing, bud?
People may just not be charging their phones.
I don't know what's going on today. It's just kind of crazy. Crazy stuff. Sportsman's Warehouse Fishing Report, Black Hawk Lake, crappie, channel catfish, largemouth bass, walleye, all good. Black crappie, Bushy Creek fair, yellow perch fair, Storm Lake channel catfish, bass are fair. Well, the walleye are on the weedless lures in the heavy vegetation like Jason was talking about. Hit those weed lines. Clear Lake, water temperatures in the lower 70s. Black crappie fair, walleye, bass are slow. Rice Lake, bass are fair, perch are fair. Silver Lake, vegetation is up a little bit. Bluegill are fair, bass are fair, yellow perch are slow. Upper Pine Lake, the bass are fair. Rathbun Reservoir, black crappie fair, channel catfish good. Eyes are fair. Wipers are good. Red Hawk Lake, bluegills are slow. Channel catfish bite is fair. Largemouth bass are fair. Big Creek, the wiper bite is fair. Trolling or casting shad imitating crankbaits like Jason was talking about. Yeah, there you go, Jeff. Des Moines River, channel catfish bite is excellent. Red Rock, channel catfish bite is excellent. Rock Creek Lake, channel catfish and white crappie are good. Sailorville, white bass and channel catfish are good. How about that? Huh? There you go. There's your Sportsman's Warehouse fishing report for the week. All right, let me hit another quick break, and then we'll be right back. We got some trivia to do. Paula says that the gates are open again. Oh, they got pictures. See, look at that picture. Isn't that nice? They got people already coming out. We're up to 100 so far. 100 people at the big Iowa Jeep Show in Cambridge. Go out there and have fun. It's going to be a big event this weekend. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Hey, are tools part of your life? Whether you're a professional trade person or a weekend warrior trying to work on your project, you need the right tools to do the job right.
He did accept it.
You have a partner waiting to help you Monday through Saturday. Bob's Tools on Army Post Road. Bob's Tools on Army Post Road has been helping professionals and handy people do the job right since 1981.
I am surprised you did that.
I'm shocked.
You have to do it Saturdays in the morning, apparently.
To carry them in as well.
I'm going to call him and go,
also has quality people working every day with the product knowledge.
I'm proud of him.
Well, he probably realized I sucked last year. I was bad last year.
Well, he needed another running back.
He needed to help you complete your I'm glad he's seeing the error in his ways.
What's up, Jeffy?
East Army Post Road and is open Monday through Saturday.
Tell that to Tony.
Call them anytime.
Yeah, well, no, you're the one. You should have made that trade.
I shouldn't have made the trade. I like it. There's something wrong. If I trade, especially with you, they always get injured.
I have nothing to do with that. That's out. I have no control over that.
North Arrow camera arms can help you video easier in the field. They're extremely lightweight, durable, and easy to pack. Their patented shoulder system is also very adaptable to any tree or ground line setup. The bases are affordable and easy to set up for various wind directions.
Multiple camera arms are available, including the Stiff Arm, Stiff Arm Pro, and Stiff Arm Elite. They're made of high-quality aluminum or carbon, depending on what you choose. For ground blind hunters, there's the tripod
Thursday,
and monopod option.
Godwin got me he did some pretty good stuff for me. I don't know how Evans did. And then when you have Antonio Brown in there,
it's hard to say.
You can even custom make your setups with Fourth Arrow camera arms. If you're looking to tape your hunts this season, check out fourtharrowcameraarms.com. Outdoors Dan approved for the field for great video action.
Are you getting ready for hunting season? Well, you've done your homework, and now the time is getting close. One thing after you've harvested that deer or wild game, where are you going to take it? Well, I have an answer. The Milo Locker in Milo, Iowa. The Milo Locker has been processing wild game and general locker animals for over 15 years. Daryl and Angie are the owners, and they take great pride in the fact that they do everyone's order the way the customer wants it. You can have your deer, moose, elk, or even bear processed and hand-wrapped, cut to your specifications. If you like tasty snacks, Daryl does a great job making snack sticks, summer sausage, and jerky with all sorts of cheese and spice combinations. They do a ton of deer each year at the Milo Locker, and they do each order like it was their own. So if you get lucky this year and need a good locker, try the Milo Locker. Check them out today or just give them a call at 641-942-6231. And you're on your way to some great eating.
Hello, this is Dave from JLM Shooter Supply in Urbandale. We are a full-service gun shop that specializes in helping you find the right firearm for your needs. We carry new and used firearms for all shooting disciplines, from self-defense to shooting enthusiasts, as well as folks who like to hunt.
40 seconds.
We have recently expanded our store to better serve your needs. We still accept trades on all types of guns. We'll also look at any firearm you might wish to sell or put on consignment. JLM Shooter Supply carries firearms to meet any budget, and we can even special order items for those who like to add higher-end guns to their collection. JLM also has a full-time gunsmith on board that can help with all your gun repair needs. So from ammo and hearing protection to gun cleaning kits, holsters, and sights, we handle it all at JLM Shooter Supply in Urbandale. Please stop by and see us at 6931 Douglas Avenue in Urbandale, or call us at 515-331-1577.
Next week's gun talk.
515-331-1577.
This is the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio. I tell you what, we're going to open up trivia today. Trivia is brought to you by the fine folks at Elite Archery. If you have not taken the Shootability Challenge, I encourage you to do that at your nearest Elite dealer. You can head over to Sportsman's Warehouse or Archery Field and Sports. They can help you with showing you the Sept technology, which is a game changer, especially for broadhead tuning, but also that iSim tri-track cam system. Just all the amenities that I love about my Remedy. I was out shooting my Slick Trick Assailants yesterday, and that Remedy is just dead on, 30 yards and in. So if you get a chance, go take the Shootability Challenge or go to EliteArchery.com and see what Elite has to offer you. Let's see. So hey, 244-1350, 244-1350. If you want to call in, we'll do trivia. I think first up, we're going to do the back seat bow sling, or you can have your choice of 2 of the lethal bug spray bottles. Whatever you want to do. First come, first serve. Did we have a liner for send a salute? We still got the we got mail thing, right?
We got the mail one, but we didn't do it.
We didn't do a send a salute yet, did we? Well, you do the we got mail since I got mail.
You know, did we got mail?
Yeah.
All right.
We got to improvise.
Nobody's calling in.
No, really? Nobody's. They're all hunting. Everybody's hunting. Nobody's calling for trivia, really.
I'm wondering that. But
wow.
All right. So we want to do mail time, right?
Mail time.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Hey, Mr. Postman.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
You've got mail.
I need all of you
to stop what you're doing and listen. You got mail.
Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me wanna wag my tail. When it comes, I wanna wail.
All right, it's mail time. Today's it's actually send a salute. It's what we're doing. But Jeff Duggar, are you watching us? You better get your wife. Jeff sent me this salute. This is a salute to a person who has made my life everything it could be and more. Not necessarily anything to do with the outdoors directly, but in general, my whole attitude towards life. My wife, Diane, is such an amazing person. 9 years ago, we moved to Montana from Illinois. She was recruited by a company there for a great job with the state. 7 years into it, her father became very ill with dementia and Alzheimer's. His wife had passed 6 months earlier. Without hesitation, my wife said we have to go back. She was willing to give up the great life that we had to do the right thing, taking care of him 24/7. Is a job she did with all of this while working full-time from home, with absolutely no help from her immediate family, who, by the way, lived a mile away. She fought through it. He was in financial difficulty, so we bought his house, and he lived with us. In January of this year, he passed away with a sense of relief that she would have never admit to. I saw the weight of the world being lifted off her shoulders, a true sense of calm after the 2 years of chaos. She is a person that always has everyone turns to when they are in need, never expecting anything in return. She sees the good in everything and has a heart as big as Montana. I strive every day to be like her, knowing there is no possibility of that. I will fall short. She is the best person I know, and I am incredibly lucky to have her for the last 34 years. And that is from Jeff Duggar to his wife, Diane. And there's the salute. Give me a round of applause there, man. So, Jeff, the next time you're in Des Moines, let me know, and I got a prize for you. We'll give that for Diane. How's that? All right, we'll have to work something out there. So, but I thought that was very sweet when I got that. So there you go. Actually, if you would like to send a salute to somebody, if you live in Iowa, if you live in the listening area, Darren Eilander is giving away free lunch at Chick-fil-A, courtesy of Darren Eilander, American Family Insurance. And if we read your salute, you will get a couple of gift cards to go to Chick-fil-A on Darren. So all you got to do is just go to theoutdoorcallradio.com, look for the salute and the little click button. It'll give you my email, and I just need you to send me the salute and the person's name, and we'll coordinate everything else. 8:51 and some change. We got trivia, 244-1350, 244-1350. If you haven't not won in the last 30 days, light it up. We'll be right back on the Outdoor Call Radio. Oh, are we all caught up? We're all caught up?
Yeah.
Wow! That's exciting, man. That's exciting. All right, Matt, if you're looking at the MGI Maverick Air 2, I think you'll like that drone. It's the next step up for mine. It has the tracking features I wish mine had. Those tracking features will be nice for you self-filming things. Well, thanks, Matt. My camera guy in Pennsylvania, man. He's on it.
He is more than on it.
Man, those drone things are cool because you can actually do, you can actually go and just do, like I can put a little thing on the screen and hit fly. It'll go up, I don't know how many feet, but then it'll actually film me like drive. Good morning, Herb. Good to see you, buddy. It'll actually film me like driving into the timber or coming out into the field. So I can get that for the TV show because I don't have Stewie. So because I don't have a camera guy a lot of times. So I'll be able to do some really nice cutaways with that. How about that?
Will it be able to find Joe's sweet corn stand?
I could probably actually do surveillance of Smoking Joe Smelter's corn stand.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We should do that.
Absolutely.
Find out when the hours of operation close.
Yeah. I'm telling you, technology today is just amazing, folks. It's crazy. 244-1350. We have nobody calling trivia. I bet you if I did a Milo Locker deer certificate, they'd call.
Yeah?
I can't believe nobody's calling for... I mean, who wouldn't want 2 bottles of some of the best bug and tick repellent out there in the nation, man? Right there, lethal. It's lethal to the bugs, not you. Lethal. It'll keep you nice and... Who doesn't... the worst thing you can hear in a stand early season? Oh, I hate mosquitoes, man. They're buzzing around your head. They drive you nuts. Well, if you get that on your hat and your shoulders, your neck, and all that, any kind of bare spots, you don't have to worry about mosquitoes or ticks. It's good stuff. Well, thanks, Matt. I appreciate that. Oh, all right. Well, fine. I'll just give it away I'll give it away. I'll just give that to Smoking Joe so he can give it away.
Yeah.
I don't want to do trivia. How's that? I'm not doing trivia now. That opportunity is closed. That opportunity, it's a different world that we lived in 20 seconds ago. That opportunity is shut down.
It's done for.
It's done for. You ever seen Draft Day? I love that movie. We live in a different world than we did 15 seconds ago. That offer has expired.
Oh,
Dave said it's only been 28 days since he won. Well, that's the problem. See, it's opening day. You got the youth hunters out. You got all the urban hunters out. You got the disabled community that's out hunting. They can't call in because they're trying to be quiet for deer. That's all right. You know what I should do? Remember when we did the camper giveaway with Imperial RV?
Yeah.
That was a great promotion. The ugly camper. We need to do something big next year again.
We do.
We need to do something like that.
Go big and bold. I think we need to go as far as.
Morning, Wade.
I don't know. I do it again, or it's just something that someone could call their own. And
if I ever win get a lot of money somehow, you know what I'm going to do? I'm either going to give away a truck a month. If I ever hit that, I don't play the lottery. I only time I ever play it's when it's like 50 billion or whatever. Yeah. But if I would ever win, I would give away a truck a month on the show, or a house, a free house. I would love to do that kind of a promotion sometime. Realtor Rob, you got a house we can give away? There you go. Now that would be a promotion.
Would that? Yeah.
Wouldn't you love to get a free house?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Sign me up any day.
Huh?
Sign me up any day.
Yeah, well, you and me both, man. Well, trivia was going to be brought to you today by the fine folks at Advanced Family Dentistry. Don't forget, Dr. Yeagy's giving away a $100 gift card to Sportsman's Warehouse next week. In order to do that, he's going to have to do some work. So if you need cavities, you need a crown, you need cleanings, you need any kind of dental care whatsoever, you need an Invisalign to have the smile you always wanted, they can do all of that for you at Advanced Family Dentistry. They're located at 907 North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny, Iowa. They've been helping folks for a long, long time, and they can help you. He's my dentist, and the reason I call him Obi-Wan Kenobi Yeagy is because he's a Jedi dentist. He uses the Force to calm me down each and every time I go in there because I'm a big baby, and I don't have any problems or pain because they are that gentle and kind at Advanced Family Dentistry. Good folks over there. They'll take great care of you. Go check them out anytime at ankenysmiles.com. Well, we did it, man. We got through a whole show. Can you believe it? Hey, Mace. Good to see you, sir. If you're going out this weekend, plan your hunt your plan. I want to thank Pete from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources, Jason Mitchell Outdoors for coming on. May the floss be with you. Thanks, Dr. Yeagy. You need to get mugs made with that, man. May the floss be with you.
Sure, it's everything.
I'm telling you. He's missing a revenue stream. He just does not realize.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
For it.
We've worked so hard for that.
You need to get a cut out
of it. I know. I'm fine. All right, that is going to wrap it up for Andrew and I. Thanks to everybody, and we'll do trivia next week since all you missed the opportunity. That's probably the first time that's ever happened. Isn't that crazy? See you, Mace. Mason's going hunting. We'll see you next time. See you, everybody. Bye.
Everyone that goes outdoors needs a good partner. One partner that is very important is a good knife. Kershaw Knives has...
Well, thanks, everybody. I appreciate you tuning in. You guys, gals, have a great weekend. And I'm out. I'm going to go check some cameras and see how my stands are doing. And then I'm going to be ready to hunt in 2 weeks, huh? Send me pics if you get a deer out this weekend, if you're urban hunting or if you're out there with the kids. Let me know if you were successful. Love to see them. Be good. Thanks for checking out the show, and I'll talk to you later.
point on your game. There's even an extra handle so your buddy can